In the Old Testament book of 2 Kings, we are introduced to an army general named Naaman. Naaman was a good man with a good reputation and highly respected by the king. His name, Naaman, even means pleasant. The Lord had given the kingdom victory through Naaman, so even God liked this guy. I guess he was a pleasant man after all, for a military general anyways. He had only one real thing against him, but it was a big thing, a raging skin disease that he couldn't quite get rid of. Oh well, I guess we all have something to deal with, huh? Oh, by the way, this great general wasn't even Jewish. He was from the country of Aram, Israel's enemy. And on one of their raids into Israel, they captured a young Jewish girl. She was given to Naaman's wife and served her as her maid. As Naaman's issues got worse, this young slave girl felt compassion on Naaman and told him that he needed to go see the man of God, Elisha, if he really wanted to be healed. And this sounded really good to him, maybe because he had tried everything else, the creams, the ointments, the leeches, or whatever else they did for raging skin diseases back then. So he was desperate. So he loads up his donkeys with the 750 pounds of silver, that's about 4/5 as heavy as a horse, and he took about 150 pounds of gold, which is roughly half as heavy as a panda bear, and he took 10 whole sets of clothes, probably designer, and went to see Elisha to make a deal. When he got there, he expected Elisha to be thankful. After all, who knows what the going rate was for all over skin disease miracles these days? When his servant finally came outside, he told Naaman to go wash in the Jordan 7 times, and he would be healed. Well, Naaman got very angry, and it wasn't just because the river was dirty. He got mad because he was an important man, and Elisha didn't even say hello or come out to see him personally. I mean, he was important, and finally decided to go home because he didn't want to do something so silly and ridiculous. But one of his servants told him, just because something may seem silly to do doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. So why not just dip yourself in this stinky brown watered second-class river 7 times, like he said, and see just what happens? Well, Naaman agreed. We aren't sure how long it took him to wash 7 times, but he did it, and on that last time out of the water, it says his skin was made brand new, like the skin of a young boy. That's some miracle. He was so amazed that he decided then and there that he would worship and honor the God of Israel as the one true God. This all happened because a little slave girl who should have been bitter and mad at being taken captive instead had compassion on Naaman. This little girl taught us that regardless of our situation, we need to be compassionate toward others because God loves everyone and wants to bless them, even our enemies. And Naaman taught us that sometimes the answers to our problems may not make sense. Faith in God is what is most important. And from that time on, there was now a friend of God in the country of Aram.